Είμαστε έτοιμοι? Ωραία. Καλησπέρα και από μένα. Θα δέσει πολύ εύκολα με το προηγούμενο θέμα, γιατί δένει πολύ άμεσα το πώς χρησιμοποιούμε τις διάφορες δικές μας μεθοδολογίες και εργαλεία σε σχέση με το να κάνουμε όλα αυτά τα ενδιαφέροντα πράγματα που είπε προηγουμένως ο Χριστός. Αυτό που θέλουμε να δείξουμε είναι ότι προκειμένου να φτάσεις στο να παραδώσεις και να δημιουργήσεις πράγματα μέσα από το software, χρειάζονται έξω από το κάποια γνώση σε βασικά πράγματα κώδικα. Υπάρχουν και άλλα πράγματα που πρέπει να τα κυβερνήσουν όλα αυτά και να τα φέρουν σε ένα σημείο έτσι ώστε να παραδοθούν αποτελεσματικά. Ένα γρήγορο αυτό θα το προσπεράσω. Έχω ένα background περίπου 25 χρόνια στον χώρο της πληροφορικής. Τον τελευταίο καιρό ασχολούμαι με project management, delivery management κλπ. Εργάζομαι στην εταιρεία. Παρακαλώ. You're right. Sorry. I totally forgot about it. Apologies. I'll switch to English. So going back, goal here is to indicate how can whatever is needed to deliver successfully a software engineering engagement through tools, methodologies, and knowledge. At EPAM, we are a rather big company, potentially the biggest company that you have never heard. That was how it was described to me when I first started engaging with this company. We have a large customer base worldwide. What I like normally to showcase in this slide is that from 55,000 plus people that are working in the company globally, right now 50,000 of them are actually engineers, consultants, and delivery personnel. It's something that indicates that engineering, software engineering specifically, is in the course of our DNA. And we are very proud of it. Where I want to highlight that we deliver at scale. We deliver at scale globally. And to indicate the size and scale of what we are doing is a very quick indication here of what is our clientele. Meaning that all these customers are requiring a different level of capabilities, and not only understanding technology, but also being able to put it together and create solutions. For this, in EPAM Greece, we have already started last year and a half, and we are making our first steps in the Greek market, but also feeding our talents into the global delivery organization. And we are witnessing a situation where we need to onboard the people from Greece into a different mindset. And for this, in order to be successful, we need to be able to enable them, to make them understand the capabilities that can be brought in from the experience and technology know-how that exists globally. So we are focusing and growing locally, but we are also having a global mindset. We are connecting the dots between the local and the wider ecosystem around, especially our nearshore countries, because that way we can leverage knowledge, we can share experiences, we can learn from each other. But how we do it? We go from consulting, design, engineering, operating, and optimizing the environment. And therefore, we are targeting to deliver something that is eventually an end-to-end solution. That is done by blending in the engineering DNA that we are bringing since 30 years ago, but also gradually introducing strategic thinking, design approaches, and understanding the business model that our current customers are engaging with. To this direction. This is an indication of the breadth and wealth of potential solutions that might come in to play. But it's mostly to indicate that there are so many things happening out there, so many complexities, so many things that need to be taken into consideration, that in order for someone to successfully deliver against those, they need to have some capabilities and tool sets in place. So how do we do it? Agile approach, cross-functional teams and capabilities, and governance. In terms of agile approach, we are delivering in agile methodologies for more than 15, 16 years now. More than our people are engaged in Scrum and Kanban and different other methodologies of software delivery. I believe recently we have further enhanced our breadth towards scaled agile capabilities as well. And the key thing is that more than 80% of our projects are eventually in agile consistency. That requires, of course, in order to be agile, you need to be able to apply the principles. In order to apply those principles, you need to be able to have cross-functional capabilities, people that can collaborate in a different layer of technology, but also in terms of what is the output. So in order to bring this together, we need to properly govern this. So we do create our own tool sets, we train our people, but also enable them through methodologies. And in order to do this, we have created a framework, which is we call engineering excellence, in the core of our which is the core of our engineering culture. It's eventually the thing that we are creating as a principle of way of working, going back to what Christos was presenting earlier around GitHub. How we can actually do things as a best practice. We take our experience and we feed it back into our methodologies and tools and make sure that this is very transparent to our people. This is very important because it provides a feedback loop based on things that are evolving, technology is running, the requirements from the customers are always rushing, and without having the proper understanding of how you can do things in an optimal manner based on the current understanding, it's something that can draw you back. So all these capabilities are eventually building up on top of our engineering excellence, which eventually it's a framework that we are helping to enable our people. How does this work? In all these different pillars, right? Engineering, culture, unit testing, automation, code quality, non-functional QA, DevOps, and CI/CD release and branching strategies that were discussed previously. So how do we enable our project and delivery management capability on this? Because eventually, in order to bring this together, we need to help our delivery management team to be able to have the right insight, understand how things are going, and also driving the discussion with their teams to make it more successful. So being a project manager, delivery manager at EPAM, it's essential to have the right tools that can speed up the information collection, that can help people understand where we are currently standing in terms of delivery, how can we proactively manage the situation. Additionally, we apply the latest of the methodologies. We actually contribute in the methodology build-up and try to be part of the community that can backfeed everything that is happening on that direction. And through that, we are taking this and we are putting in place the right approach that helps us manage the challenges and deliver successfully. In order to do this, the key pillar for us is the enablement of our people, having the proper understanding. So in that direction, we have taken a huge investment towards building what we could normally call a university, internal university. That helps us provide toolset, knowledge, continuous training, feedback loops around lessons learned and success criteria for proper delivery. And for the different capabilities of the people, assign them to the right path. Help them grow, make them current into whatever they're building. So either it is delivery management school, agile methodologies, solution architecture, CloudX, enablement program, which is eventually a key component of how can we keep track of what is happening with the ever-growing cloud and hyperscalers capabilities, plus as well the baseline of engineering excellence that I mentioned earlier, and eventually helps us establish a baseline of excellence into what we need to do and to deliver proper solutions in the technology space. To do this, we have created an ecosystem that helps us manage the situation. We have an EPAM, what we call EPAM delivery platform. The EDP is a digital delivery platform which helps us automate and synchronize the situation of what is the team is doing versus the technology is providing versus what the customer eventually might be asking from us to deliver. We make sure that we are driving the experience of our people to grow properly through the training and learning capabilities that we provide, but also establish a baseline through a delivery methodology. So we have a delivery central which is collecting all this information. There's a huge amount of intellectual property with artificial intelligence, uses of data, and also feedback loops from the people that are actually working on the field to help create a proper understanding of how things are going. So through this, we have, we call it Telescope. It's a platform which provides us with end-to-end visibility to our status of delivery. The Telescope provides us health of the project, provides us a clear indication of trends and capabilities within the delivery team, provides us insight for the health of the team, if that team is in good state in terms of knowledge, capabilities, attitude, motivation, attrition, everything that is eventually connected to us, to this, so that we can potentially manage any risks, and eventually overall performance that helps us understand eventually, are we taking this to the next level? Are we able to deliver what we are trying to achieve here? So all in all, I would say that to establish delivery at scale, we are looking at 3 key pillars here: tools, knowledge, and skill set that need to be combined together to make sure that this is successful. I don't have much more, but there is some room for questions if you want. I tried to keep it short, just to make sure that we catch up on the rest. Okay?
Good stuff. Thank you ever so much, Dimitris.
Thank you.
We do have a break for 10 minutes before we're back here. Does anybody have any questions? There's one question.
Hi.
Hello.
I would like to ask, there is some mention of project management and delivery management,
Yep.
and particularly some agile practices like Scrum Masters and etc. Could you
Correct.
please specify, is there any difference within EPAM between project manager and delivery manager, and how delivery manager as a role has a projection in any agile practices? Like, for example, Scrum Master and delivery manager, how do they interact, and is it the same person?
A very interesting question, actually. I had the same question when I first joined EPAM, to be honest. There is a difference. There is a difference. Delivery manager for EPAM is someone that has a technical background, but also evolved through technical leadership and proper understanding of how to structure the solution and manage the team for delivering the solution. So it's more like responsible for the end-to-end delivery of an engagement. Let's say that we have a project that we need to deliver a software platform to a customer. So the delivery manager is responsible for this. This can potentially include 5 or 6 teams, let's say. In each of those teams, you could have a Scrum Master that will be looking after each of the teams. And those Scrum Masters will be collaborating with the delivery manager to ensure that delivery is an ongoing process. On the project management side, it's more of a customer-facing process. It's about providing the right visibility to the customers and getting the right feedback on what additionally needs to happen in order to make sure that we are on track, we are managing our stakeholders, we're managing our capabilities, we're making sure that there is no missing link between what business needs versus what technologies are actually able to deliver, and so on and so forth. Okay? And there are more roles, by the way. There is Agile Coach, there is program management if you have a wider perspective, and we can potentially make it a little bit more specific if you look into the delivery management of specific technologies. For example, in data, we are specializing on this. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Ioannis. Everybody, we have a 10-minute break, and we're going to be back here at 5:02.